And welcome to Off the Record. All four of the fellas happen to be together on this one. And we've done a couple different music episodes, and people have responded well to those episodes and asked us to talk more about hip hop. We had a spirited debate at one point about Outkast and UGK. And recently, somebody posted an image of several of the albums, hip hop albums that came out in 1998. And what we're going to really talk about today is was 98 the best year in hip hop? It was a hell of a year. Mike, you want to throw that back up on the screen because 98 was a hell of a year. Uh, in My Lifetime, Volume 2, The Last Don, Equimini, I mean, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. There's some critically acclaimed joints on here, not to mention Mace's first outing, Nori's first outing. I mean, just a phenomenal list. Big pun. So y'all see this list, man. DMX's Dark and Hell is Hot. I think one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. Is this to you guys, and any of you, is 98 the year?
It's a damn nostalgic year. You'll throw that list back up there, yeah.
Yeah, slide that back up there. Let's go through this.
First of all, the one you didn't mention, which is probably my top 3 on this list, is Moment of Truth, Gangstar, rest in peace, Guru.
It's on there.
He didn't. But I'm just saying that was that album and Equipment are probably the most. Yeah, I would say volume 2 as well, but those are probably the most nostalgic for me. That is a hell of a year.
Yeah, that's a home run, right? That's a home run. That's a grand slam. 98, the year of hip hop. I mean, you probably, I don't know if you could. I mean, you could probably go neck and neck with some other years, but by far, this was the year to where you can literally take every album and you can apply it to your life, or you can listen. You can go back and listen to it, and you can actually feel what you was doing, particularly that time or that place, or who you was with, or where you was at. I mean, yeah, all those are home run hitters, and you already know Master P, Last Dawn, amazing.
It's funny because that CD had the reflector cover on it, where like if you moved it, his hand and ice went back and forth. That was a joint. Yeah. It's funny when you said like you can remember where you were at, like what you were doing, because this Dark and Hell is Hot. I bought that from the Target at Longgate in 10th grade. Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
and it's one of my favorite albums of all time. Like, you know, I know DMX had been compared to Tupac, who came before him, but like, and I loved Equimini, but the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. For me, the two that jump out, at least 10th, 11th grade from that list is Dark and Hell is Hot and Harlem World. Like,
Noriega's joint too. When Noriega's joint came out, everybody was listening to that shit.
Nori's joint was tough too.
Yeah. Mike, I remember you listening to the Super Thug album too.
I was just thinking about Super Thug.
I mean, like, you know what? I didn't even look at it that way, but Alex, so that's 10th grade. Yeah, 10th grade. Yeah, I mean,
10th grade for y'all.
For y'all.
So we had so just like you said, nostalgic moments, right? I can literally remember. This is how we go back. I can look at every album and remember a time or a place where we was at, particularly. Like when I look at so Equimini, for instance. I remember when me and Brandon, when we was in high school, we went to a college tour. Remember that college tour we went to?
I remember. That's why I went to HU.
Yeah, HU. And I remember listening to that Equimini album on the bus trip the whole way there and the whole way back. Yeah, it's an amazing time. Just going to going to Virginia, going to see HU, going to Norfolk State. We went to like one of the malls out there, and we ate, and then we went around to different colleges, man. And like I said, and just listening to good music, being around good people, and just taking a trip like that, nostalgic moments, man. You can't.
What's Outkast's best album? You think Equimini is it?
Probably Equimini. I have to go with Equimini.
Stankonia, AT Aliens.
They've got a lot of joints. They've got joints.
Ooh.
They do.
Damn, I didn't know love for Southern Playalistic Mentality. Cadillac. What was it?
Southern Playalistic Cadillac music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, funky. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
I was
amazing,
listening
amazing.
to that shit last week.
Yeah, y'all know. Go ahead.
No, what jumps out to you, Mike? I mean, we know your love for Jay-Z.
Right, but I was about to say that what y'all not mentioning, and Peachy or Brandon can attest to this. The Fat Mac, yo, don't sleep on that 8 Ball album right there too.
You know what? I didn't even know that 8 Ball was that. Like, I don't even. What was the Lost album?
Yeah,
and I'm
the Lost album right there.
I didn't get into 8 Ball heavy till college, but I was
I love 8
Space
Ball.
Age Pimpin'.
Yeah,
I like 8 Ball and MJG together, man. I love the chemistry. So
yeah.
Some people think MJG whack though.
Nah,
not MJG.
Look, nah. MJG was tight.
I don't think so.
The album they had, the In My Lifetime Volume 2, like straight banger. Straight banger.
MJG's hooks, yo. Them shits can be getting you mad hype, yo.
Yeah.
But also that Capital Punishment joint. Shout out to my cousin Jason. I remember when he copped that joint, like he said, 10th grade, and yo, we played the skin off of that CD. So I mean, it was a dope year. It's crazy thing about this flyer is I've held on to this, I think since September.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yo, we got to talk about this. So it's funny that it's just coming up now, but this, now that you go over the list, I mean, and looking at it up front like this, this was a great year.
It was.
Well,
Jay-Z actually topped it off. He actually, I remember when that album came out, Volume 2 album came out, and I remember it went through like wildfire. Like when it actually hit, I mean, because it was just, every song was a classic. Every song you can listen to every song from the first, literally play it from the first to the last song. And I still go back and listen to, you know what I'm saying, In My Lifetime Volume 2. Jay-Z.
I remember when that Lauryn Hill first came out, they was playing that shit on the radio, the whole album, like on repeat on the damn radio. It was like midnight. Oh, it just released. I mean, it was tight, but I don't know. I'll leave my comments there.
When I was looking,
do you think about the X Factor, right? Like that song. I mean, people have been made off of the X Factor. You know what I'm saying? Like babies were made from the X Factor. You know, yes, like I mean, the words that she actually was expressing on that song, like you can still listen to it to this day, and it still gives you goosebumps.
Yes, it does.
You know, the things that Lauryn Hill was actually preaching about in that song, even in that whole album. You know what I mean? Like it's just an amazing album from top to bottom.
The album is great, and when Mike first sent us that list, I was like, "Yo, 98 was legit." If it's okay, let me throw a couple other years up.
Yeah,
y'all tell me what your thoughts are. So I went back to 93. I mean, there are some bangers right here.
Yeah.
So shall we indulge in this?
I mean, 93, you got the Wu and Snoop's first albums.
Ooh.
Yeah. Then you slide over to Ice Cube, Lethal Injection, and then Tribe. I mean, into the Wu by far. You already know what I'm gonna say. Well, I'm gonna go with the Wu. Like,
that's a historical. That's like an artifact.
That's what I'm saying. Like, keep in mind, right now.
So it's Doggy Style.
Keep in mind, we just crowned. Well, I don't know if you guys are crowning 98 as the best year ever.
I don't think I can.
But Alex has a list. I have a few that is going to challenge that mindset. So keep in mind as y'all watching these or looking at these put up on the screen.
So can I just
Midnight Marauders?
You know what? You put these up here. All these albums. It seems like a lot of these albums came out in the wintertime. Right, so the Doggy Style album, I think that came out in the wintertime. Into the Wu-Tang came out, I want to say, in the wintertime. Those are all moments, yo, that, like I said, you were doing something or you was around, you know, like you can just remember that the particular time. And I'm sorry, I used to listen to Enter the Wu-Tang playing the Evander Holyfield game on Sega Genesis. Okay.
Yo said that. Yo, but when you throw that list back up there, what you notice is like you see in '93. You see, I mean, you got Mobb Deep down there too, but you see 5 different albums on there, and all 5 of them sound completely different.
Yeah.
All 5 of them sound completely different. All 5 of them are probably artifacts, and that's what I was saying on the last episode. Nowadays, it don't sound too different. You can put 5 of the best albums up nowadays, and they all probably got like similar styles.
Yeah.
These folks, it was completely different styles. All bangers.
So 93 was something.
There's some joints that we left off on 93. Let me throw up my list.
Yeah, there are. You're right.
So here's no, that's not 93. I'm sorry.
No.
Here we go. Here we go. Right here.
Okay.
So the ones that were there.
Cypress Hill.
Naughty by Nature.
Oh, Black Moon.
The Black Moon joint.
Into the stage.
Okay.
Easy-E, De La Soul. So
Naughty by Nature. Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Onyx was big. Onyx was like,
I was going to say.
Onyx had a huge impact. Like when they came out, they had that rough, rugged look, but they was just like extra hype, yo.
I remember somebody having the baldy on here too when they first came out.
Yes, at that. So I'm the only one on here with the baldy.
So look,
your joint was spinning back then.
Let's make this fun real quick, right? So we'll go. We'll be quick. So we won't go through this. So 98, right? What would you on a 10 mic scale or grading system? What would you give this year?
Oh, the whole year?
The whole year? I mean, this list of albums right here.
I would argue 10 micer. Three of the albums on there I would consider classic albums. The other ones are really, really good, but 3 are classics for me.
Okay, so what you got, Quan? Out of 10 mic, what would you give this year?
Not 5, 10. 10.
We could do. I mean, we could do 5. I don't know.
If 10 mics, I'd say it's a 7, maybe an 8 for me.
All right. Okay. So we'll do 10 mics.
Okay. Wow. I have to give it 9 because I mean, I would have to give it 9. I would have to give it 9 mics.
I can't disagree with him on this one. I mean, just off of impact alone, I mean, you got, like I said, you got the mainstream, you got Hard Knock Life, and It's Dark and Hell is Hot. I don't know if there's ever been a rap album hotter than. I mean, these are.
You have Tom Brady.
Like I said, Moment of Truth is that's a fucking artifact.
Yeah.
Shit.
You have Tom Brady, Derrick Henry, Devontae Adams, and Tyreek Hill all on the same offense. I mean,
and Mace Harlem World, that's like Mace in his fucking prime. That's like when
it was a banger.
So what you got? What you giving?
Why you over there looking at me? Oh, my girl standing here.
I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I would give it a 10. To be honest with you,
okay, 10.
I would give you a 10. These are some historic albums here.
I'm gonna give it an 8,
and it's a long list.
I'm gonna give it an 8. So we go back to 93 real quick. 93.
Okay.
Out of 10 mics, what would y'all give this? And this was the 10 that you see on the screen. The 10 albums were named or voted the 10 best albums of that year.
I give that. I'm gonna give that a. Damn. All right. I'm gonna give it 7.5. 7.5. 7.5 a mic.
What about you, Howard?
This one. So, I'm thinking I gotta give this one. I'm giving this one a 9, and it has less albums than 98. But I'm giving it a 9 because Doggy Style is probably one of the most influential albums for me. Yeah. And I think Enter the Wu-Tang, Enter 36 Chambers, like those two, even though this doesn't have as many, like those two albums, I just feel like those two might be greater than anything in 98 produced.
What about you, B?
I don't have much argument with what Paula just said, to be honest with you. Man, I gotta give this one. I'll give the list, the completeness of the list. I'll give it an 8. But I will say the top two, that combination right there, that's like Jordan Pippen.
Yeah.
That's Jordan Pippen. That's Shaq Kobe.
I think that top 3.
With
Doggy Style.
Tribe.
Well, that's what I saying. I was saying Wu-Tang and Doggy Style. What
I thought you was looking at the Tribe joint.
Yeah, but you got to put the Tribe. You got to put the Tribe in there. Like that. I mean, yeah, Wu, Tribe, Snoop. I mean, those are 3. I mean, KRS one because he just one of the gods. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's the teacher.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give a legacy and credit where credit's due. You know what I mean? Like, damn, hey, right. Then you got the Cypress Hill joint. Oh man,
that's a strong list. That's like a you got a top 3 with like, that's like Brooklyn. Like you got the top 3 players in the league, and then you got a lot of solid role guys right after that.
Yeah, but man,
I'm giving it an 8.5 this year.
And I say solid, like, I shouldn't say solid role guys because those are some. But you get what I'm trying to say.
Well, let me throw up 94.
Okay.
Yeah, throw up
9s and 10s. You need to see some of these other years.
All right.
Here, 94.
Oof.
Verse 98.
Oof.
Classics. Classic. UGK. Remember what we were doing the summer when we were in Functify and the Brat Drop at the Green?
Yeah, I do. That should change our lives too.
Yeah.
Somebody posted online recently that Functified was the best like female rap album.
Yo, that was a hard ass song, yo.
I had to go back and listen to it. This was like recently, but my vote was Rod Digger. But you know me, I always got something off brand.
Functify came out like
Bone,
top 2, yo.
Redman,
Cow.
To cow.
Man, blow that shit up, cuz.
What's that shit you be smoking to cow? Pass it over here now.
Is that Warren G?
Yeah,
Warren G.
Yes.
Regulators is playing everywhere.
Yo, Mike.
Yes.
Yes. Down Kings Dominion. We be waiting for that song to come on the radio. When you listen to the G'd Up sound.
Praying for that album to come.
Niggas be waiting for that shit. Like, turn it up.
This
like Mike said. Go ahead, Mike.
Bone joint. Like, dang,
this was another one.
Illmatic.
You got what's the name on here?
Illmatic.
You got Scarface. Scarface joint came out this year too.
I left Face Off, but yeah, there's.
94 was a good year.
So, like Mike said, a scale from 1 to 10, if you're giving 9s and 10s to 98.
Oh snap! Hold up, you ain't put the jizzle on here.
I was trying to do this while I was
working. You know what? Yeah, we might have to do this all over.
Oh man,
let me see.
Let me readjust my scores.
Okay, so here you go.
Let me readjust my scores.
You can see it a little clear.
J. Rue the damage. Oh, yo said that. Oh, damn. Okay. All right.
You know that first list, I'm gonna get that first list at 8. I'm gonna get that first list at 8.
You gave it
I gave it a 10 at first. Yeah, okay. I was excited, man.
All right, you dropping it. See, that's what I told you. I gave a caveat. Like, hey, okay, keep in mind.
Okay.
One more list.
All right.
So, okay, so like Alex said, 94. Ooh. 10 mics. Who going?
I don't even think that's J. Rue the Damage's best album, but Yo,
it was a damn good album.
Yeah, what?
Who going first? Quan, you jumping on this first?
Nah, go ahead, Brandon. You can jump on this one first, bro.
Yo, this one's got to at least get an 8. You know what? No, I won't even say that. I'll give it a 7, and I'll say this because it is. I mean, for me, I would give it higher, but I guess some of these guys are kind of like, I don't want to say cult following, but because for instance, Scarface, for whatever reason, when people mention best MCs of all time, nobody really mentions Scarface. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of think that people view him as like I said, like kind of like a cult following type guy, like a Devin the Dude. Him and Scarface and Devin the Dude are tight, by the way. But for me, these are some of the greatest artists of all. Like Scarface, I love Scarface, Gangstar, J. Rue the Damager. My favorite album from him was Wrath for the Under. I forgot the goddamn name of it, but it was my favorite one from J. Rue. That Warren G album, Method Man to Cal, when that shit came out, yo,
to Cal.
I mean, and I haven't even I purposely haven't even mentioned the first two on the list, Illmatic and Ready to Die, and then Outkast's first album. Good Lord, Joe.
Yeah.
That is a heavy list. I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm
about to say,
I ain't seen the other list yet. This is a strong ass list. I'll give it an 8.
Battle. You ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with an 8 on this one too, yo.
Okay.
I mean, just J. Rue the Damager. The famous quote he had: "I'd rather bust a nut than bust a cap in your back." I mean, that by far is I mean, hands down, one of the best rap quotes I've ever heard.
Yeah, how about when he was going after the Fugees? I heard some MCs want to battle, but a female is
Illmatic,
men. Shit.
Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die. I mean, yeah, Southern Playlistic, Cadillac, music. That, I mean, gosh, yo.
What about you, Alan?
I'd give 94 a 9. I think 93 and 94 and 9s for me.
Nice. I can't argue with that either.
I think I'm kind of,
I didn't even listen to the Beastie Boys.
I think I'm 8.5, 9, just off of, so the top 3, right? Nas, Illmatic, that's one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time, right? I think we would agree. Ready to Die, classic. So I think I think you got some heavy hitters, even if it's top heavy, with the Outkast joint. And then one of my favorite albums, Warren G. The regulator, the G-Funk era. So
yeah, introduced us to the great Nate Dogg.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go 8.5. I'm gonna go 8.5 on this year.
I'm gonna have to check this OC Word Life album.
What else you got, Alex?
So I skipped 95 because I didn't think it was strong enough, but I got 96, and I'm really curious what y'all think about 96.
I think I got 95. I might have 95 if y'all want to put it up.
I hope y'all got some.
Put it up. Throw it
you
up.
Got 95?
Yeah, hold up. Problem is I don't have them labeled. My fault.
Oh,
don't be cheating.
Don't be cheating. Oh.
Don't look at these lists.
Hey, man, you got them all out of order?
Dang, I know, yo.
86.
I had so many. 95. Here we go.
Yeah, okay, all right. I was about to, okay, yeah, okay.
So
could you imagine what that nigga's notebook looked like back in 95?
I thought
probably had papers all over the place.
I thought 95 jumped out to me. I thought
only built for Cuban links.
Yeah,
holy
right.
shit.
Liquid Swords.
Yeah.
The infamous
Return to 36 Chambers.
The Dead Dog Pound album was my joint.
Liquid Sword. Oh,
yeah, Liquid Sword. That's okay. All right, that's what I'm about to say. All right, you got a Liquid Sword on there. Okay. No, Mike.
And Old Dirty.
No, Mike. Honestly, that Jizza should be up there with that Ray Quan.
I mean,
up at number 2.
Yeah, that may need to jump up a few spots.
That's one of the Wu's best albums. Both of them. Liquid Swords and Cuban Links came out the same year. Oh shit! And Old Dirty Bastard.
And Old Dirty's joint. Or no, but I think but Dirty's joint came
on the tear, yo. That's 3.
Dirty's joint came out first, though. Dirty's joint came out first. I remember that. And then it was and I think it was like the Jizzle. I remember the Jizzle joint came out in the wintertime. And it was cold. I remember Mario and Leon used to play Cold World every day, yo. I remember that song. I remember that video. Yo, they used to play that every single day during the wintertime, yo.
I said that.
I thought this was a solid year.
Big L. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Big L.
Goody Mob.
The Roots.
Dog Pound, the Roots. Bone.
Soul Food.
Nigga,
Tupac.
Quan. I used to think that was the first album that Nas appeared on, but that is not the case. I was listening to some Main Source shit the other day. Well, today actually, he was on there. But what Verbal Intercourse? Yo, Cuban Links? Come on, yo.
Yeah.
Come on.
The North Star.
Nas came, yo,
the North Star. I may listen to that. I may listen to that song at least twice a week, yo.
See, for the shit that I was listening to, this shit is a 9. Yo, you got 3 Wu albums.
Yeah, yo.
So you giving it a 9? You giving this year a 9?
Yo, I love oh man, I love the North Star.
99. Yo, I don't know how you not
rate it how you feel, B.
I didn't even talk about the Mob Deep shit, yo. Like, God, I gotta get this one a 9, yo. I'm sorry. I know it didn't do nothing for you, Alex, but this is a fucking
Hey, look, this is a great year. I would give it an 8.
8 for Alex.
I wasn't even like your big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan, but I could.
This one gets this one for me. This one gets 9.5, dog.
Ooh.
This one gets 9.5. Yo, come on. You got 3 of the Wu right here. Top 3 right there.
Genius is my favorite.
You know what I'm saying? You got 5.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when I throw up 96.
Okay? All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
You got Goody Mob. You got the Soul Food joint. Come and get your soul food.
my joints from 95.
God, I gotta listen to that shit now. So I'm listening to I'm working tomorrow.
I'm giving it an 8 for 95.
Mike used to tease me for listening to Wu and shit because I didn't just listen to I listened to all the Wu, like a lot of Dark Matter shit. He was like, "Yo, nobody went here Killer Black and all that
shit." The Wu had mad syndicates too, yo.
Yeah, they did. Yo,
Holler, throw them 9.6.
All right, I hope y'all are impressed by what 96 looked like.
96, yeah.
96.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
Woo!
Yes. AT Aliens makes the appearance.
And then you put Iron Man in there.
Lil Kim. Buster.
Riding Dirty.
Fugees.
Iron
Machiavelli and All Eyes on Me.
Reasonable Doubt. Master P. Ice Cream Man.
So is that Muddy Waters?
That was my nigga Moby Dick too.
That's Muddy Waters. So I'm gonna jump out first. I'm gonna give this a 9.5.
Damn.
Reasonable Doubt.
This was one of my favorite. This was one of my favorite years. But there's another year that I think might beat this. But this is like this almost 10 mics for me.
Shit.
And my list didn't have Little Kim's on it. So you
gotta. I mean, Kim's debut album.
Yeah, you added the half right there for me because I didn't have Little Kim on here. Let me see if there's anything I got that you don't have.
I didn't even realize that All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli came out the same year. I thought they came out one year after the other.
The only
and All Eyes on Me was a double disc joint.
I think the only two that I have on here that you might not have is Cool Keith and De La Soul. Stakes is High.
Ooh.
Wow. Ooh, damn.
This was a good year.
This one has me stuck right here. I'm still in the Master P joint. I'm still in the Ice Cream Man joint and the Riding Dirty and the Iron Man. Ugh.
Yeah, I would say I didn't.
So hold up. For the people, because I keep forgetting, for the people listening who might not be watching it. So we have in '96, we have It Was Written, Nas, the Fugees, The Score. I'm gonna just read off mine because I can't see the pictures. I'm blind. Tupac. That is, what was that? The Machiavelli album?
Machiavelli and All Eyes on Me.
And All Eyes on Me, yeah. Outkast, AT Aliens, Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth, Redman, Muddy Waters, Ghostface, Iron Man, Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth. Did I already read that? I might have.
Busta's first joint.
Busta's
first. The Coming,
yeah.
Reasonable Doubt.
The Dogfather.
The Dogfather, yes.
I remember you bought that album too, Holla.
I had to support Snoop, yo. It wasn't his best work, but I had to support Snoop.
So what you got? Go ahead, Brandon. I cut you off. What you rate this year?
For me, I would say I would give it a 7. Outkast, AT Aliens would be on a list of 10 for me. It was Written would be on a list like that for me. Reasonable Doubt would be on a list like that for me. Busted shit would be on a list like that for me. Iron Man is a great album. I probably get that like an 8 out of 10. I didn't, only because at this time, like, all right, so Tupac and even Mobb Deep and UGK, I didn't really start getting into them towards into like my Hampton years. You know what I'm saying? I definitely didn't listen to a lot of Tupac in high school. I didn't have Lil' Kim's album, but I understood what was going on there. But I mean, this is another strong list. Now, if I was a West Coast guy, I'd probably give it a 10 just because All Eyes on Me, Machiavelli. If you're a Tupac fan, this list is a 10 for you. For sure.
Yeah. What about you, Battle? So, you said 7, Brandon. What about you, Battle?
I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give this one an 8. Give this one an 8. I mean, I can relate to the Southern. I can relate to Riding Dirty. I can relate to the Mr. Ice Cream Man because when I would go to North Carolina during the summers, my cousins, they always had the stuff like the UGK, and they always had Master P. So that hit home. The Outkast, and honestly, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. That Lil' Kim, that hardcore album, it was a really good album. I think it was the the Crush on You with Little C's and Junior Mafia. That was like her biggest record on that album, I want to say. So I mean, yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8. I mean, I can't forget Iron Man. I mean, like I said, you got so many on here. Of course, Pac, the All Eyes on Me, and the Machiavelli, and the Fugees. I remember walking in high school. I remember walking around in high school listening to The Score all the time. So, yeah. But Riding Dirty and Mr. Ice Cream Man, especially Riding Dirty, that was memorable for me.
What about you, Alex?
I'd say it's an 8, man. I was a big West Coast guy. I guess probably still am. Like, I bumped that All Eyes on Me. I think it's track number 2 on disc 2, the joint with George Clinton. You Can't See Me. I used to play that damn song all the time in my bedroom in Frederick, man. Like, really loved All Eyes on Me. Loved Machiavelli. Busta's debut album, I thought was tremendous. I wasn't a big Reasonable Doubt fan. Like, it took me years later to get into Jay. Like, at that time, like, basically I had too much going on with Tupac and Snoop and Death Row, like, and Biggie, I didn't have a much capacity for Jay at that point, but later on, I've grown to appreciate it. The Fugees, I love that album. I love H.E. Aliens also, but Tupac, his albums jump out big for me. So but I would give this an 8.
Yeah, like I said, this was a strong year for me. I already gave my score, but that Reasonable Doubt, it was written is borderline my favorite Nas album. And then the Fuji, I mean, like, I mean, my mom bought that album, like, so I'm like, yo, like that's how big that album was. So,
yep,
yeah, I think this was a strong year
for sure.
You
I
got
was looking.
you got 97?
Nah,
I got 97.
Let's do it.
Listen, let me make sure. Damn,
America's Most Wanted.
Okay.
Because I hate him.
Now this is 97 gets tricky because the list that we started with kind of mixes some of these, right?
Oh man,
they mixed this. The list that we started with mixes some.
Yeah, I'm about to say Harlem World was on 98.
Well, so that list was from 90. That list that we started the show with was from November 1997 to November 98.
Yeah, Harlem World dropped October 28th, 1997.
Yeah. So that's why they call 98 the greatest year. But there was some, so I don't know about y'all. If we're gonna go off of this, right? We're looking at this list here because I don't think in that 98, that list that we started with, I don't think Life After Death was on there, if I'm not mistaken.
It wasn't, because I thought it came. Yeah, it wasn't.
So it was this for me. If we looking at this list here,
this list is a 10.
I was about to say
this list is a fucking
10. Let's indulge with this one.
This is the best. So, like I just said about 96, that was almost a 10, but I thought there was one year that was better. This is that year for me. So for the people listening, we got Notorious Big, Life After Death. We got Wu-Tang Clan, Wu-Tang Forever. Capone and Noriega, The War Report. I love that album. Puff Daddy and the Family. No Way Out.
Yes.
Dope ass album. Busta Rhymes, When Disaster Strikes. Dope. Mace, Harlem World. Jay-Z. In my Lifetime, Volume 1. Bone Thugs and Harmony. The Art of War. Master P. Ghetto D. Common. One Day It'll All Make Sense.
This is a 10.
That's a 10.
It was a 10 after we got past the first two albums. Now, earlier we mentioned Jordan and Pippen being what was it? 36 Chambers and Doggy Style. Was it? No, it wasn't 36 Chambers. Was it?
Yep.
Okay. Life After Death and Wu-Tang Forever. That's that duo. Like 3-4 years into their domination. Like it's the same combo, but they 3 or 4 years better. Life After Death is it didn't put Biggie on the map, but like it just, I don't know, that was my favorite Biggie album. It was double CD, a double CD that you can listen to from front to back.
I'm about to say, yeah.
To this day. Day.
A lot of people say
I let this girl borrow my double disc joint from Frederick. She never gave it back.
Wu-Tang Forever has my favorite song, Triumph, which when it comes on, I still will get up and rap every last word on that 10-minute song.
Shit,
I'll be out of breath. I'll be sweating. That was my shit, That was my shit. This is a 10.
What about you, Battle?
Okay, so I'm gonna go with a 10 on this one. Okay, so this Notorious B.I.G. Life After Death. I remember when me and Leon went and actually Leon got the tape. I remember he got the tape, and I remember we walked home and we listened to this song. We listened to the Bone and Big song, literally from the time
Notorious Thugs.
Yeah, Notorious Thugs. From the time we got it, from the time we walked back home. Monumental. The Wu-Tang Clan Forever. I still listen to, I listen to Wu-Tang faithfully, and I listen to this album particularly day in and day out. Just like Brandon said, his song is Triumph. My song is Reunited. Like that song for me, I play that song every single day. Like that, I mean, that song for me is monumental, and it's something to where it's really, really endeared to my heart, because it's something to where recently when I was going to North Carolina, I was literally listening to that song all the way down there. And I was able to reunite with family. I was able to reunite with friends. You know, despite the circumstances and what transpired, but particularly that song for me is, I mean, it's monumental, and I listen to that song every single day. Capone Noriega, The War Report, amazing, yeah, amazing album. I remember listening to that album going to school, on the bus. That was.
The No Way Out. It's a hell up in Harlem.
Yeah,
it's a banger.
No Way Out.
Rick up to the box from the rock. Yeah. Yo, that joint.
Yeah,
Say what you want. Song. That album was banging.
Yeah, the No Way Out. The No Way Out album was I mean, was in the lane within itself. And I remember like listening to that, getting ready for football. You know, getting ready during like football practice and during football games. And like, yeah, I mean, Victory for me is it's amazing.
Well, Victory is magical. I used to listen to that album on my way to driver's ed that year. Like that summer. Part is, and I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe Missy's first album dropped in '97 also. I could be wrong, but that summer. But what I do want to say is that, Quan, you mentioned Notorious Thugs, which, like, Notorious Thugs was special. Like that song, rapping fast and Bone rapping fast and singing. But so Bone appears on Notorious Thugs with Big, right? Mm-hmm. And then on that same year, their Art of War album, they do Thug Love with Tupac.
That Joe with Pop, yeah.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Bow, bow. Yeah.
I came into Cleveland late last evening. Yeah. Some niggas no longer breathing.
That joint was hard. I gave the Bone and Big joint the edge over that song just because when Big came on there rapping fast, it was like,
wow,
ain't too many can bang with us. Straight up, we know Angel Dust, label us Notorious.
Yeah. That was like, but Bone was a part of two of the hardest songs in history.
And I believe they are the only group to do a song with Big and Pop.
Yep, they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They are. And
we need your score, Alex.
For that year?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I'm gonna try this one. Kind of say one more thing. The ghetto dope. No one said anything about that. that back to people's trail, dog. The made crack like this. My bad. Took me back.
Shout outs to P.
Oh man, I that's a 9. That year is probably a 9 for me. It might be a 10. It might be. I got to see some of the less quote unquote lesser albums that came out that year too. But I'd say it's a 9 or a 10 for me.
Okay, we started with 98. So like I said, this 97 it gets confusing with that because that 98 list was from November 97 through November of 98. So it did have some of those albums, but if you separate the years, that 97 year was sick. You got any other years?
No. What I took away when I was looking at different albums those years was, when we were growing up, we had a hell of a hip hop run. Yeah. Like there wasn't a bad year.
Golden era.
Classic albums, at least 2 classic albums, and then a bunch of really good albums for like a decade.
Yeah,
it was great, man.
Listen, I ain't stopped there. I got a couple more that I think it's going to pique that thought process in your brain.
Whatever year, the Chronic dropped in 92? 92?
That 90?
Yeah, we didn't even go back. We didn't even get to that part.
Well, I got a few that's a little that's gonna get y'all thinking a little bit. So let me see. Let me try to get this in order. 2000. Okay.
It's a good
Supreme
year.
Clientele. Stankonia. I was telling you about that might be Outkast's best album. Stankonia.
Okay.
The Rock La Familia. You gotta play your part when you're rolling with the
So on this list,
like chocolate, like water for chocolate. That was one of my favorite.
That Ghostface, that Ghost.
Ghostface, Supreme Clientele,
Yeah,
Outkast,
that Jay-Z joint.
Stankonia, Eminem, the Marshall Mathers
Reflection
LP,
Eternal.
Mystical drop bangers too that year.
Common Like Water for Chocolate, Jay-Z, the Dynasty album, Wu-Tang Clan, the W, Jurassic 5, Quality Control, Mystical, Let's Get Ready, MOP Warriors, to name a few that dropped in 2000.
Okay.
Who wanna give this a grade?
So
I'll get this one. Oh, go ahead, Quan. Go ahead, Quan.
No, go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead, do your thing, eh?
No, I was gonna say I give it an 8. I give it a strong 8, like an 8.8.
Okay.
Supreme Clientele. That might be Ghostface's best album. Stankonia might be Outkast's best album. Common Like Water for Chocolate has Thelonious on. Well, I know y'all wasn't really in the comment like that, but that's probably his best album. The Dynasty. Yo, Mike.
It's the Dynasty album.
So didn't come and have that joint with Bilal on there?
Yo, 2000. 2000. See, we were down south. We was down in the Hampton area. 2000.
Hold up.
Yo, Dynasty was the shit then, and then the W was solid. Quality Control is solid. I like Mystical. I like more like individual tracks of his more so than albums, but Mystical was dope. And MOP Warriors, anything they put out was just like, yo, you need to pick me up, put on some MOP.
Yo.
So I give it a strong 8. Strong 8.
Yeah, I think we skipped that. That Water for Chocolate wasn't. That was a really great album.
That's a classic album, in my opinion.
I forgot it had the song "Ghetto Heaven" with D'Angelo. Amazing, yo.
I mean, so
yep.
And in 2000, so this is missing a couple extra joints like Beanie Siegel's "The Truth" dropped in 2000.
Yeah.
Trick Daddy, Book of Thugs dropped in 2000. Black Rob, Life Story dropped in 2000. Big Pun, Yeah Baby.
Yo, what year did G-Dep drop his joint?
Damn.
Let's see here.
I walk down the block with my stomach in knots. Spend time hustling, running from cops. That was my shit, yo. Yo, Mike, what year was that, yo? I gotta look that shit up.
Shine's debut album dropped that year.
And he dropped G-Dep drop.
Yeah.
Ja Rule.
Ja ain't on. He ain't make this
list. What, Vinny Vetti Vici?
Yeah, Vinny Vetti Vici was rocking too, yo. That one was hard. My bad.
I mean, there's a lot of joints on there that year.
Yo, yeah, the Dynasty.
Memphis Bleak, The Understanding dropped in 2000.
Child of Together was 2001. This came out the year after. Okay, I was about to say that because that was around that time.
The Jay-Z, The Dynasty. Now that was like wildfire. I remember being at Shaw. Okay, and literally that album hit. I think it hit like Tuesday. You remember when the album used to drop like Tuesday? Before I knew it, everybody had on Rock La Familia jerseys and shirts to change it. It went crazy.
It's the rock.
That's another album I burnt the cover off of by playing so damn much.
It's a banger.
Bruh.
Quan, what's your grade?
I'll give this one a 7.5.
7.5.
I'll give it 7.5.
What you got, Holla?
Oh, I was banging Outkast. I was banging that Eminem. That Marshall Mathers LP was really good. The Rock La Familia album. I'll give it a 7.
7.
Yep. Brandon, I forgot that John had Thelonious with Slum Village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So a couple of these, I'm a spitfire. We can go quick on, but a couple of these, I just wanted to throw some at you that would catch y'all off your guard. So they might be out of order from year, but y'all get the picture.
01.
01. Now this I thought was a slept on year, right? I mean, solid year. You got Jay-Z, the Blueprint, Nas, Stillmatic. Jada Kiss the Game Goodbye, Beanie Siegel, The Reason, Wu-Tang Clan, Iron Flag, Ludacris, Word of Mouth, Busta Rhymes, Genesis, T.I., I'm Serious.
I guess one is 7.
7.
Could I ask a question? Was the Ludacris one, right? That was his first album?
Nah. Second. That's the second joint.
Okay. Was that the year we went down to VA? I remember Lance was playing that. He was playing that album like.
I think it probably, yeah.
You missed that.
2001 it sound about right.
Now hold up. That same year, Lil Jon and Eastside Boys, Put Your Hood Up. I mean, that joint dropped.
Don't put your yeah.
I mean, Blueprint and Stillmatic are holding this list up, and I'm a Busta fan, and I did like Genesis.
Cisco, Return of the Dragon,
Iron Flag.
Cisco came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
if that was on this list, that might hold this. That might hold this list too. I'm gonna get this list. I'm gonna get
There's nothing
list
whack up here.
I'm gonna get
T.I. dropped that year too. I'm Serious dropped that year.
Yeah, I said T.I. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give this one a strong 7 for me. What you got, Battle?
I give this about a give it about a 6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
Battle not feeling this year.
I mean, the Blueprint was dope. Stillmatic was probably one of my favorite albums off of this. That's out of all of these albums, I remember bumping Stillmatic the most. And Kiss the Game Goodbye and the Jada Kiss album, I bumped that a lot.
What about you?
Can't sleep on Jada.
What about you, Alex?
All that.
It's a 7 for me. The top two really hold it up, but there's not a bad album on the list.
All right, moving right along. 1999.
Most deaf.
A little bit out of order.
Things fall apart. Lifetimes of
so we got that.
X.
We got that Dr. Dre 2001. Most Def, Black on Both Sides, The Roots, Thing Fall Apart, Jay-Z Volume 3, Life and Times of Sean Carter, Eminem, The Slim Shady LP, Mobb Deep, Murder Music, Nas, I Am is probably my people. I think people sleep on that. On I Am
is rocking.
Yeah.
One of my favorite Nas albums. Method Man and Redman, Blackout, DMX, and then there was X, Pharoah Monch, Internal Affairs. 1999.
By daylight, and
I get this one.
Assault, bro. Sugar was rocking.
I get this one a solid 7, yeah.
Another 7.
I wish the Roots Things Fall Apart was on a list that I gave a higher score, because that album for me is a 10. That one's near and dear to my heart. Things Fall Apart. It's got probably the greatest song, one of the greatest songs of hip hop. Love of My Life. The joint with Love of My Life. Yo, Black Thought. Yo,
I love the Hypnotic, yo. I listen to that joint all the time.
Man, I just wish this album, the Roots album, was on a different list, but I'll give it a strong 7.
What about you, Battle?
Damn, you got the Murder Music on here too. Damn, yo, this is a hard one right here. This was a really good. Yeah, I mean, Volume 3. I Am.
But these are more like solid lists. Well, I already gave my score. You go ahead, man. My bad.
Like I remember the I Am song, the song, the Nas with Scarface. I went who you want to wet it? Like
that favor for a favor.
Yeah, favor for a favor. Yeah,
you ain't ready for the Nakamichi. Banger.
Oh man, I'm gonna give this one a 7.5. I'm gonna give this one a 7.5. Roots for things all fall apart. You know, the Hypnotic, one of my favorite songs. Time of the Life of Sean Carter. That was a banger. You know, you got countless songs on that one. The one joint was I ain't gonna front. I used to listen to Mariah Carey. Yeah, there was the flutes in the background. That you got the Murder Music joint. Damn, Mike, you the Chronic 2001. Oh man, hold up. Explosive. Amazing. I never heard something like that in the club knock like that before. Explosive, I mean, to this day still drops.
That's true.
And so yeah, man, I'm gonna go 7.5.
All right. What about you, Alan?
Man, that 01 and Nas's I Am held me down. And I would say there are some people that think that Dr. Dre 2001 is his greatest album of all time, better than the original Chronic. I think the original is the original, but to Quan's point, man, like, if you remember, Ray went, started Aftermath. Cats thought he fell off because he was doing songs with like Blackstreet, and he wasn't hitting the way that he was. But he dropped 01, linked back up with Snoop, Nate. 01 was something. Now Nas's I Am, I think, does get slept on a lot, and
big time.
I played that album, I mean, all the time in my station wagon, man. Like, I was always bumping that album. So, for me, 8. 01 is such a
yeah. Should make you think, right? When you think about the Nas album.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I could be convinced of a 9 from this list.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I kind of give this. I'm at a strong 8, almost. I'm gonna say 8.3. That I Am album, that's one of my favorite albums of all times, and Nas was in the bag on that one. So that's and then 2001. I mean, Dre 2001. I mean, come on, that album, that joint was sick too. So
Mike, the Nas I Am, I'm looking at the track list. It had 4 features. 4. Puff, Scarface, Aaliyah, and DMX. Those are 4 can't miss features, man. Like, my God.
One of my favorite songs ever is Undying Love. The way the storytelling in that joint, like, yeah.
Such a great album. Man, I'm listening to it tonight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm listening to mad joints,
my
man.
Goodness.
All right. So let's jump to 02 real quick. I threw this up here. What jumped out to me on this album was Nellyville, right? Because I know a lot of people sleep on, Nelly had joints, regardless if you was feeling them or not. So 02, we had the Clips with Lord Willin, Eminem, The Eminem Show, Nas, The Lost Tapes, Scarface, The Fix, Roots. What's the name of the album? Phrenology, yes. Nas, Godson. So Nas dropped 2 that year. Nellyville, Talib Kweli,
Godson,
Quality, Styles P, A Gangster and a Gentleman, and Missy Elliott, Under Construction. This wasn't a bad year either.
The Fix was amazing. That was a really great album.
Yes, it was.
And the Lost Tapes too. The Lost Tapes really propelled me to do some great things. Once I listened to the Lost Tapes.
Shit, I might have to listen to The Fix tonight.
I think from a commercial perspective, man, like, that Nellyville album had Hot in Here, Air Force One, Dilemma.
Y'all had the Nelly album?
That album was a banger.
I didn't have it. But I I will admit I slept on it, and then when I heard it, I think it might have been '02. So Matt might have had this and let me peep the joint. And when I heard it all the way through, I'm like, yo, this a banger.
Well, it's clean, dog. Shit, I don't know.
Air Force Ones.
Who gonna grade first on '02?
I think for me, I think it's a 6.
6.
Yeah, I would give about. My bad. Sorry, fellas.
No, go ahead, Quan.
No, I would consider the same. I'll get about a 6.
Okay.
About a 6.
What about you? What about you, V?
Compared to the other lists, I can't argue with a 6, but yeah, I wish the fix was on a Nas the Lost Tapes too. Oh, I don't know, yo. And Lost Tapes and Godson in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
I had that Godson album.
I mean, but there are, like, I wasn't that big into Clips. I wasn't into Eminem like that. I didn't have Nelly's album. I liked Quality. I didn't think it was Talib's Kweli's best album, but I liked it. Yeah, I'll say a 6. I'll give it 6.
6.
Right. Grinding was amazing.
I get an album. I mean, I get this year a 7.2. I think Nellyville doesn't get. I mean, I think it does get its props, right? I think Nellyville gets its props, but I think the weight that it carried, is a lot for this list. I mean, the 2 Nas albums, Clips was dope. We was in the South then.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
VA. We was in VA, so you knew who they were.
Yeah. So like, I'm gonna do 7.2 on this year. All right, moving along.
Wait. Hold on, wait. Okay. Wait. Lord Willin had grinding.
Yeah.
We didn't discuss that.
Shoot, Styles P, the gentleman, Gangsta and the Gentleman had I Get High.
That's true. No. Yeah. That was
the other day.
That was a banger. That and I'm Not You. I don't know if you guys remember that joint. The joint with Daddy Kiss. Like, no, I'm not you.
So y'all had Nelly joint, but you ain't have Missy Elliott's joint under
Missy joint was rocking.
Yeah, that joint was rocking too.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
No, you know what? Oh, we didn't even talk about Missy's first album when she first came out. That joint was rocking too.
I was trying to figure out what year that was, but yeah,
that was like 90. I think like 99.
I Feel the Wind. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I ain't gonna hit y'all with that one yet.
Hold up.
I couldn't even count.
We did 94. We did 95. Did 96. We did 98. I ain't gonna hit y'all there yet. We was wet under the ears on some of these years.
I think like 90, 92 to like 02. And then I think after that things get a little interesting with streaming and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah. Well, I mean 90. Y'all want to touch 1990?
I was 9 years old, man. I don't have a whole lot to
I mean, but I'm saying like, hearing it later on in life, right? This I mean, you got Mama Said
America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, America's Most Wanted. Public Enemy. Mama Said Knock You Out. LL Cool J. Brand Nubian. I mean,
but you got Fear the Black. You got Fear the Black Planet on there. Like, yeah. I mean, Mama Said Knock You Out. I mean, that shit was.
Coogee Rap listed twice. Same album.
Brand Nubian. Like, golly, man. Like, yeah, yo.
Well, it's got Legends on the list. I don't have the Legends are on the list, but it's not as nostalgic for me because I was 9. 12, 13, all right. But 9.
Okay. This is the year right here. This is the year right here that I thought could make some noise amongst these lists. 2003.
Okay.
I think it can.
Okay. Touche, man. Touche.
Okay. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. Outkast, Speaker Box of Love Below. Jay-Z, The Black Album. Ludacris, Chicken and Beer. T.I., Trap Music. The Diplomats. Gangstar. Cannabis. Missy. And the rest of the niggas or whatever. But
can I buzz?
Yeah.
I mean, they Get Rich or Die Trying. I mean,
yeah,
that was a huge album.
Yo, from 1 to 6,
album?
1 to 6 is straight bangers, yo. Like Get Rich or Die Trying, like that was a dope album, yo. Like I know a lot of people don't like 50 Cent. I don't really like 50 Cent either like that. His music as far as that, but yo, I can't even fake on that one. Like Get Rich or Die Trying was a good album.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
You couldn't go nowhere without hearing that down in VA.
In Carolina too.
Like every
Black Album.
Where?
Right. The Black. I mean,
the Black Album was a yo. That
joint now I might have burnt the fur off of that more than any other.
I think I burnt it. I did the same thing too.
Did.
I think I did the same thing too, yo. Like the Black Album was amazing.
So I think this is an interesting year. Who wanna grade this one? I'm gonna start. I want you to go because you was like, when the list came up, you was kind of like, I don't know.
Well, because not again, great albums, but compared to some of the other lists, I don't know. For me it does, but like, okay, so Speaker Box and Love Below. First of all, I might have burnt the fur off of both of those. For real. I didn't listen to Get Rich or Die Trying because I heard it everywhere I went. So I kind of knew the album without even owning it. And yeah, Black Album, classic. Chicken and Beer, Ludacris. I like Luda, but you know, I wasn't his biggest listener at the time. We was definitely bumping that T.I. I definitely didn't bump a lot of Diplomats. Diplomats wasn't they weren't my speed. Gangstar, Can I Bust at the time, like when we was in high school, Cannabis he was the shit. I think RP ripped the jet, whatever. It was solid, I guess. Missy Elliott. I mean, this is not a test. I mean, look. Once you get down to like 8, 9, 10, it's like, all right. I don't think it holds with like the other lists as far as my listening taste, but it is a strong list. I'd give it I don't know. I'll give it a 6.5, 7.
Battle.
I'm gonna have to give this one an 8.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, trap music, like that buff. I mean, that ran through the South. T.I. had the joint, I'm just doing my thing. Like I remember that's. Oh man, yeah, I remember that like yesterday. Diplomatic Immunity. And yeah, I mean the Black Album, I ripped the fur off of that one. Like I just, that's all I did. I listened to that every day. Chicken and Beer. Yeah, Get Rich or Die Trying. Those Speak About Love Below. My favorite one on actually was between Speak About Love Below. Of course, Love Below. You know, but Speak About had bangers too. So yeah, I'll give this one an 8.
What about you, Alex?
I think I'll give it an 8. I mean, that Diplomatic Immunity was tough. The trap music was tough. Chicken and Beer was rocking. So was the Black Album. I did like Speaker Box and Love Below. Get Rich or Die Trying, man. When 50 hit the scene, it was like a meteor. Yeah. I mean, like that, like in the club, obviously everybody remembers that song who was around, but like PIMP was on that joint, 21 Questions. Like, what up,
yeah, joint, Joe.
Like,
yeah.
I've been patiently waiting for a track to explode on. You can front if you want or your ass to get rode on. Like, he had joints on that album. Joints. Yeah. And it went like Diamond Man at the time. I remember, I won't name this person, but someone tried to convince me that Freeway would outsell 50 Cent that year, and obviously that didn't make any sense. But yeah, man, I give this year an 8.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna give this year 8 too. I think this was. I mean, I wasn't the biggest 50 fan, but shit. I mean, you could play his whole album in the club and be rocking in the club to his whole album.
Yep.
So, and of course, the Black Album, sick. T.I. trap music, sick. I thought this was an interesting year, so I'm gonna give it a strong 8. And let me see if I got anything else on here, fellas, before we wrap that thing up. I think we touched on.
I think we touched on all of them.
Yeah, I think
we
did.
touched on 20 years of hip hop.
We did that. I mean, I had a 1986, but I know y'all. I mean, I'm just saying, I did bring 1986 out on y'all, but we were 4.
Kumo D.
Kumo D.
That is old.
Kumo D was my shit, man.
Hold up, you ain't put Queen Latifah in here, dog. You put the Queen in here.
Queen was 87, wasn't she?
You and I-T-Y.
I thought that was.
I think Queen was
86. Okay.
I think she was 87. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, but yo, just look at like Too Short on this list in
Still
86,
around.
and he's still around.
Yeah.
Raw, Uncut, and X-Rated still rapping the same shit.
Yep.
Yo.
Same
Too Short,
thing.
like
Short Dog.
Short Dog.
The Currency.
Hold on. Oh, I know I saw that Juvie on there.
So yeah, I did want to, and I did have an 88 list. I think.
Oh, you with that big body Benz, huh?
But I did. Let me go to that because that was left off of that 98 list if I can find it. So 400 Degrees was left off of that complex list for 98. Now it might have came out after November, but I thought that should be on there, so that's why I just put this.
It absolutely should. It put Cash Money on the map. Like,
yeah.
That album also has Back That Ass Up on it.
Yeah. So,
girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up?
Yeah. So yeah.
And, and let us not forget the Ha remix with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Black.
Oh.
Black. Where you get at? You a paper chaser?
So score. I'm gonna run over the score real quick, and then Smalls, you gonna close us out. So real quickly, it looks like the consensus of the year that we're not really feeling the most. It looks like 02 was the one that got the lowest grades from us, and 97 got the highest grades from us, with a not too close, but right behind it. It looks like 90, 95, 94, 95 had strong votes from us too. So 02 was the worst year in hip hop for us. 97 was the best. And then 94, 95, and 96 had good years according to us.
Golden years of hip hop.
According to us.
Come on, yo. Come on, yo.
So yeah, man. That was a lot of fun though, man. That was a lot of fun. I don't know, close this out, Smalls, or whatever. Unless y'all got anything else to add to this.
No, man, that was great. Great session, man. That was great. We got a chance to get back, take it back with some great music, some great memories, and we got a chance to laugh, man. It was real good. Great topic.
For sure.
Man, it just goes to show you, man, we grew up during what's probably the greatest era of hip hop. Mm-hmm. And, no disrespect to some of the music that comes out today, but frankly, it's not any good. So shout out to all those artists from our generation, man, because they're literal classics that, like we just said, Juvenile. Quan said it wasn't on the list. We pulled it up, and it has Back That Ass Up on it. And that song to this day, it's so, man. This is fun. I love talking about music that we grew up on. I think we'll probably do a few more episodes like this because people seem to respond well. to us doing the music episodes, man. So appreciate everybody who shows us love, man. And we out.
Peace.
Peace.